Good day, I'm Jabertha Atkinson, and this is your JIS news for Tuesday, April 8, 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has committed to ensuring that the policies and initiatives of the government remain aligned with entrepreneurs. He says this will create an enabling environment that fosters investment, innovation, and global competitiveness. The Prime Minister was speaking during the opening ceremony for Expo Jamaica 2025 on Thursday.
Your effort represents the heart of our economic progress. Your resilience, innovation, and entrepreneurial courage have carried brand Jamaica to every corner of the globe. Together, we will strengthen our local economy and solidify Jamaica's position on the international stage.
Expo Jamaica featured over 250 exhibitors, showcasing more than 5,000 products and services. There were also 884 registered local and international buyers from 25 countries. Prime Minister Holness said it served as a vivid showcase of Jamaica's boundless potential and reflected the country's growing global influence and appeal.
So as we advance global partnerships and create impactful local results, let us reaffirm our collective determination to build a prosperous, productive Jamaica that leaves no one behind.
Expo Jamaica 2025 was held under the theme Global Partnerships, Local Impact, Advancing Jamaica's Reach. Addressing measures to facilitate the ease of doing business, Prime Minister Holness has announced the extension of the Employers' Arrears Amnesty Program for another 2 months. The amnesty, which was implemented by the National Housing Trust in June 2024, was scheduled to end on March 31, but will continue until May 31, 2025.
This extension provides employers in the micro, small, and medium enterprise business sector and charitable organizations with a valuable window to regularize their accounts and benefit from the waiver of penalties, interests, and arrears.
Under the extension, qualifying employers are offered a 100% waiver on interests, and this will apply to arrears up to March 31, 2025. The Employers' Arrear Amnesty Program targets charitable institutions registered with the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service and businesses with up to 50 employees and a turnover of less than $425 million per year. To register, employers can visit the NHT's website at nht.gov.jm and download the Employers' Arrears Amnesty application form. Completed forms should be submitted to compliance at nht.gov.jm. Employers may also apply through their NHT online account at online.nht.gov.jm. The state-run oil refinery Petrojam has announced a $3 million investment over the next 3 years to implement science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM programs at 2 secondary schools in West Kingston. The initiative was launched recently at Tivoli Gardens High School and will also benefit students at St. Andrew Technical High. Both institutions will receive cutting-edge learning tools such as microscopes, projectors, and screens. STEM kits are also being provided to bridge the gap between theory and practice and to ignite greater interest in STEM subjects. General Manager at Petrojam, Telroy Morgan, highlights that the program is not limited to the development of students, but also empowering teachers.
We're also investing and empowering our teachers by supporting continuous professional development through seminars, workshops. We aim to enhance their skills by creating a robust educational environment that benefits everyone that is involved.
In addition to academic support, students will benefit from a mentorship program from the organization's employees. Energy Minister Darrell Vaz praised the initiative as a model example of public-private partnerships. He was represented by Technical Assistant in the Ministry, Donnery Muirhead.
This public-private partnership exemplifies the transformation in education and ensuring that every Jamaican student get the opportunity to become their very best.
The National Solid Waste Management Authority (NSWMA) is urging residents of Cassava Peace in St. Andrew to stop dumping garbage in a gully that runs through the community. During a tour of the community last week, Director of Operations at the agency, Aretha McFarlane, stressed that illegal dumping posed severe health and environmental risks.
Straight away, you have pollution of our marine environment. When the fishes eat all of what you see here, we in return consume the fishes. And we are Jamaicans, we love fish, right? So we can't have this going into the waterway. You have all sorts of other health risks. You have the rats breeding up. You can get leptospirosis.
Ms. McFarlane says the NSWMA intends to implement the educational campaign ongoing in Cassava Peace to other areas.
We are watching this program because we intend to replicate it right across Jamaica. But this has to work first. So midway in this initiative, we see where we need to go back in and resensitize and do more work, public education work with the residents to get the dumping, stopped.
The NSWMA has also employed environmental wardens to monitor waste disposal and ensure compliance with proper waste management practices. And finally, the pharmaceutical laboratory in the Department of Government Chemist has attained accreditation to the ISO IEC 17025-2017 standard. The certification indicates that the technical competence and management systems adhere to internationally accepted standards and practices. The facility is a department of the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Deputy Quality Manager and Senior Chemist Waveney Warwick says the accreditation reflects the unwavering commitment and hard work to deliver high-quality analytical and advisory services to the government and wider public. This, she adds, is supported by internationally accepted analytical techniques. The certification further strengthens regulatory enforcement and Jamaica's competitiveness in international markets by facilitating acceptance of test results across borders. It also enhances the Department of Government Chemist's ability to support national health, safety, trade, and environmental protection objectives by ensuring accurate, traceable, and internationally recognized test results. The ISO IEC 17025-2017 accreditation follows a rigorous evaluation process conducted by JANAC Global Accreditation in October 2024. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Jabertha Atkinson. Thanks for watching.